Hello, welcome to another edition of our August Genial Fridays. We're glad to have you join us on this third edition. We've had two editions in the past, and this is focusing on image generation on Amazon Bedrock, and we're poised to have an exciting time. Would like to have you type in the chat section if you're joining us live. We'd like to know where you're joining from, and we'd like to welcome you. What you learned in the past, or what you're looking to learn from this stream. This stream holds every Friday in August by 4 p.m. West African time, which is GMT +1. In the first, let me give you a recap of the first two sessions. In the first session, we had Akim come teach us about AWS Bedrock, where we built some apps that could generate summaries and inferences from documents, could give us summaries from what those documents said, and we shared that via the email rather, to those who registered. So if you have not registered for the Genial Fridays, it will do you much good if you do register and get that recording right in your inbox. Otherwise, you can also access some of those recordings via bit.ly/GenAI playlist, bit.ly/GenAI playlist. If you are joining us for the first time, we'd like to welcome you to another edition of the GenAI playlist. We'll be having Victor join us in a moment. I think we'll give some 7 minutes so that by 4:10, Victor will join us for the session. It's going to be an immersive session on Amazon Bedrock, generating custom images. We have several use cases where Amazon Bedrock can be used for image generation. It's not just marketing. So it could go all the way to things like data visualization. It could go to creative works. And we have several other use cases that Victor will be sharing with us, some prompts that he came up with, and some tips to help refine our prompts and make prompts better, generate more interesting images. As you know, that this session might not be as immersive as you might expect. We're just showing you what's possible on the Amazon Bedrock ecosystem. If you would like to have a deep dive, our team at Cloudplexo will be willing to take you through on proof of concepts. If you have something you're already building that requires Gen AI, which is generative AI, on Amazon Bedrock. I was talking about the first session, which was on Amazon Bedrock. The second was on Amazon Bedrock, intro to Amazon Bedrock, where we shared stuff about using foundational models, selecting models, thinking about fine-tuning models in the future, how to properly set up the Amazon Bedrock environment, I was going to say. So that's the second session. The second session is also available via bit.ly/GenAI playlist. So everything you need as regards recording is available via bit.ly/GenAI playlist. If you are joining us for the first time, it would be great if you go through the link on our LinkedIn or in the description box. If you're on YouTube, that link also leads you to the registration page where you can register and have access to some of the perks that we might want to distribute going forward. So we have 5 minutes more to get on with Victor. If you are joining us, we'd like you to share where you are coming from and what you like to learn, or what you are building that would require generative AI. If I could share a bit about Cloudplexo. Cloudplexo is a cloud infrastructure company that provides cloud infrastructure services to businesses. So from things like cloud migration to cost optimization to some more advanced things like generative AI, we could help you bring your ideas to life, reduce your costs, and help you get on the frontier, on the edge of technology. If you would like to have a chat with us, we'll be happy to reach out to you. We have a special program for startups which we rolled out not too long. You can access that Cloudplexo for startups via cloudplexo.com/startups. cloudplexo.com/startups. If you are more advanced in your journey, you could just go to cloudplexo.com and speak to one of our key account managers who will be willing to have a chat with you and learn about what you're building and what you need our help with, and we'll be happy to help you with that. All right, so it's 2 minutes to going live with Victor. We'll still like to see some more comments and more expectations that you have concerning Amazon Bedrock. Amazon Bedrock is one of the major AI platforms on Amazon, which is AWS. Amazon Bedrock itself is not a model. Amazon Bedrock is a platform that gives you access to several models. So you are not locked in with just one model. You can try several models, from text to images to many other things, and you can try out stuff for what you are building. So Amazon Bedrock as a platform also has a playground and also gives you access to try out stuff before you get to pay. That's also what Amazon Party Rock helps you with. If you missed the Amazon Party Rock or AWS Party Rock recording, you might want to go to bit.ly/Gen AI playlist. All right, so we have 1 minute to go in live with Victor. I'm sure you would be happy to learn from what Victor has to share. I've been lucky to see a glimpse of it, and I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. All right, so as I said earlier, 2 sessions have gone earlier, and Gen AI Fridays is our initiative to raise awareness and to expose to the public what's possible on the generative AI space. It's just one of our 2 major series. The second would have different startups and engineers submit in their applications, and we would look at them, and it would culminate into a hackathon where we can explore what's possible from different standpoints. And who knows, one of the people watching this stream might be walking away with some perks. That's going to be in conjunction with the AWS startups team, and so you can imagine how big that would be. So this is leading up to that. So you might want to digest this quite well, so that when it's time to build your application, or if you're already building, you can get more insights as to what's possible and how to build with regards to best practices. I think it's a good time to have Victor come on board now. Let's see if Victor is ready for us. Can we have Victor join us now? Hi, Victor.
Hi, David. Nice to be with you once again today.
Okay, nice to have you. Thank you for the other amazing session last week. I hope you're happy to be here, just like I am.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sure.
So what do you have for us on image generation today?
So today I'll be showing you how you can use Lambda function to be able to invoke Amazon Bedrock APIs, Amazon Bedrock model APIs to, do some simple things like image generation or text generation, ask questions and it generates answers in the form of outputs for you. So we're doing that today.
Fantastic. Would you be willing to take questions from us when you are done with your presentation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so if there's no other thing, I think it's a good time to get the stream started on Amazon Bedrock image generation. Are you ready for us?
Yeah, sure. Let's hit it.
All right, let's kick it in.
So all right. So greetings, everyone. My name is Dixon Victor, solutions architect at Cloudplexo. So today I'll be taking us on a I'll be using I'll be using Lambda functions I'll be using Lambda functions to, invoke the Amazon Bedrock models. So let's get started. Just as a way of diagram, this is a simple diagram of. Please let me confirm you can see my screen. Okay. Yes. So what we'll be building today, from the diagram, you can see a simple diagram that shows two lambda function, right, that will be used to invoke uh, two Amazon Bedrock models. One will be the text model, and the other will be the image model, right? So the model will be able to output text uh, when we input our prompt, and then the image model will output an image when we input our prompt. And behind the scene, the lambda function will be calling the Bedrock API to get that done. To start with, I already created and so already, have my VS Code server like on the web, right, which I'll be using to run the demo. So first of all, I will have to log in with my credential. I have to authenticate with my credential, which I'll do that now. Okay, so having done that, I'll go ahead to create the functions. So we'll be creating the Lambda functions, which we'll be using to invoke the APIs. So in this demo, I will use the serverless model application. Okay, I'll be using the serverless model application model. Sorry, serverless application model, AWS SAM, which is a framework, that uses CloudFormation under the hood to create the serverless resources. Okay, on AWS. I'll let me put in the let me put in the commands which I'll be using to run the the serverless application model. Okay, so in this demo, I'll be making use of two models, as I said earlier, the Amazon Titan text model and also the Amazon Titan image generator model. Okay, so these are the two models I'll be using. So let me quickly run the the, the, the code, right, that I will be using to create the Lambda function infrastructure. So if you see this file, the SAML config dot tom file, you see I specified uh, some assets, right? I specify the region, the S3 buckets, which will hold the static file or assets, and a few other things. But the major thing I want to show you here is the template.yaml, right? Which we'll be using to uh, which we'll be using to specify the resource we want to create on AWS. So in our case, we want to create a function, right? We want to create a Lambda function, right? And what our Lambda function will have a row, right, attached to it, and this is the row. And then we will then use the Lambda function to do what? To This is the code that would run inside the Lambda function index.py, right? Under the text uh, folder here, you have index.py. Okay, so the first thing we'll be creating here is the uh, lambda function for invoking the text model. Okay, so let me put in the code that will run inside the lambda function, right? So under the text model, I'll go to index.py and I'll import that code. So let me just give a brief overview of what this code will do, right? So if you look through, you see that the model that will be invoked is the Amazon Titan text light model, right? Amazon Titan text light, right? Just some text generation model, right? You remember last week we talked about uh, models in Amazon Bedrock. We have models for text generation, for charts, charts. Maybe you want to be able to chat with the model. You have models to be able to do that. You also have models for image generation, right? So in this case, we'll be using the Amazon Titan text model, right? So what this function is basically doing is invoking the Titan text model so that when users, you know, uh, inputs a prompt, right? When users send a prompt to the model, the function basically invokes the model to then, generate an output, right? So we'll see how that works. So to deploy our function, I won't, for the sake of time, I won't be going ahead to explain each of these one after the other. But what we just need to note is that the lambda function, right, here, which we'll be creating here, right, will be referencing this code URL under the text folder, which is index.py, right? And the model we are going to be referencing in this case is the Amazon Titan text model. Okay, so to deploy it, we'll simply uh, run, we'll cd into that particular folder, and then we will run sam deploy, right? So cd into the folder and then we run sam deploys. That's the command to be able to deploy the uh, serverless application model. Okay. So underneath, it uses CloudFormation to provision resources, right? So you can see the resources are being created. Uh, it's creating, the Lambda function and also uh, referencing the model, right? So if we go to our AWS account, you can see that that has successfully, right, created. So if we go to our AWS account and we go to Lambda, we should see the function that uh, was just created. So you can see it invoke test model, right? That is the function that we just created just now, right? The invoke test model. So that's the name of the function. So let's move on. So now let's send some prompts, some simple prompts to to um, to the function, right? Let's send some simple prompts to the function. So I'll copy a simple prompt from my text editor and then I'll paste it on. So the prompt basically is just I'm asking the model, I'm asking the model to do what? Provide two facts about computers, right? Which it will go ahead to do that. Let's see. It says what? It gives the output. The output is what? Here are two factors about computers, right? First computer was invented in 1946. First computer virus was created in 1971. So those are the two facts about computers it gave us, right? So I can go ahead to uh, put in as many prompts as I want. So what this is basically doing, so I want to update my prompts, right? So ask another question. You can, if you're following along, you can be able to try various prompts, right? For example, I can say, what is what is the best what is the best way to prepare jollof rice, right? So let's see the response, right? So I'm giving this prompt. So what this is doing basically is that whatever prompt I put into this terminal, right? The function will basically do what? Invoke the Amazon Titan uh, model. Yeah, so the function will basically invoke the Titan model, right? Yeah, so let's move on. Let me run that.
Hi, Victor, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, so for a second, it looks like we could not see the prompt that was on your screen. Would you um, mind trying to fix that? But meanwhile, let me just circle back with the viewers to see how well we're doing with what Victor is sharing with us. So this is we can call this a commercial break, but this is the Geni Fridays session on AWS Bedrock, where we share stuff on um, Amazon, generative AI on Amazon. This series runs all through the Fridays in August, and it's leading to the Geni Hackathon. If you've missed any of the sessions, you might want to go to our YouTube playlist, which is via bit.ly/Geni AI playlist. All right. And so we'll be doing more of this same time every Friday in August, um, and would like you to join us. If you're just joining us from wherever, would like to know where you're joining from. Victor will be joining us. Is just trying to get the slides, or rather the prompts. We do not want you to miss any part of the prompts he'll be sharing. So he'll be fixing the prompts and he'll be joining us just when he's done with that. So he was sharing on how to arrange the prompts on Amazon Bedrock so that because the prompt, your prompt quality and arrangement would determine how well your images would come out. And I got a chance to check some of the prompts that were on the workshop he was presenting, and I see that there is a lot that has to do with precision and describing exactly what you want out. So I know that prompt engineering itself, it's a is a lecture on its own, but because this is an introductory workshop, we might not be able to go too deep into that. But just with your average or basic knowledge of prompting, you might be able to understand how that works. So Victor might be ready. Let me see if he's ready. Okay, so as I was saying, with the prompting, the Amazon Bedrock interface makes it easy for you to put stuff together without having to code every part of it. So it's a platform that gives you access to all the foundational models and other third-party models, like the Anthropic Cloud model, like the Stable Diffusion model for images, and other text models. So you have a mix of everything, which makes the food sweet. As they say, variety is the spice of life. So these models just make it easy for you to bring stuff together. And you know that by using different models, you are able to harness the specialization power in these models. For example, while stable diffusion would help you greatly for images, it's not what you should want to use for text. You might want to use stuff like the Anthropic's Claude for that. So different models, different use cases, and that's what Amazon Bedrock helps you bring together in one place. All right. So the we are currently using the lab for this, but when you are ready to go live, you will likely be using the CLI. It's about the same thing, just environment differences. Yes. And this makes it easy for you to go to market and go live straight and test your ideas and take them to market without having to code every part of it. Imagine you had to pre-train your models, build everything right from the scratch. That takes a lot of work for you and your developing team, and you would have to hire every developer or engineer that has to work on each of these things. And so this and many more is what is being simplified on the back end for you from Amazon Bedrock. And there are other AI tools in the Amazon AI ecosystem, rather, that makes it easier for you to either train your models, add your RAG, which is your augmented generation, which is your knowledge base, to make your tooling easier on your AI systems. So these are things you can easily plug into your existing Amazon Bedrock infrastructure and makes it easy for you to just go live fast. As I said earlier, other streams that we've done are already explained to you how to get started with all this. The Party Rock just explains to you how to test these ideas so that you know how well this could help your use case without having to spend much on your AWS bills, right? Another thing I might have mentioned was that your working with Amazon Bedrock makes it easy for you to have everything in one place, such that maybe your files are already in your S3, your compute is taken care of by Lambda, and like every other thing is in one place. Your database already in the Amazon ecosystem, so you do not have security risk. It looks like Victor is ready for us. Victor, are you ready for us?
Yes, sure.
Okay, I think we can continue now. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah, so apologies for the short interruption. Yeah, so let me just quickly go over what I was doing earlier, right? So earlier I was showing you how we can deploy a simple, you know, uh, two Lambda functions that we can be able to, use to show how these Bedrock models are, invoked, right? So in this case, I'm currently, you know, I'm currently, I've already created the first function, right? The first Lambda function, which is the invoke test model, right? Function, which is going to, when we deploy it, is going to then be able to invoke uh, the Titan text model, right? So when the user uh, gives the prompt, right? The prompt is taken by the function and then passed to the model, and then a response or output is generated, right? I'll go ahead to I'll go ahead to get the order get the other. So let me run that command again, just so that we'll be on the same page, right? So here I'm giving the prompt to the model, right, to the function, and I'm asking it to provide two facts about computers, right? So it's the function will simply invoke the text generation model, and then it will give us the answer. You can see, The first computer was invented in 1964, and the other one. So I can go ahead to edit this. I can add whatever prompts, okay, that I want, right? Can simply edit this prompt and it will give you a response. So, but because of our time, I won't go further. Let's go. I won't go further on that. Let's go on to the text image generation, right? Let's go on to the image generation part. So, for image generation, we'll be creating another. We'll be creating another function, right? We're using the serverless application model uh, to create another what's it called, another function. Okay, so let's do that. A second while I get my screen up. Sorry, I'm looking for the screen. um, Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so while we have Victor trying to fix that, if you're joining from the middle, this is the Geni Fridays running across all the 5 Fridays in August. If you've missed any of the sessions, it would be great if you catch up on bit.ly/Geni playlists. We have rich recordings right there on AWS Party Rock where you could see how we set up simple apps, and we fed into them documents, and then the AWS system was able to post, generate insights and generate steps. Matter of fact, we cosplayed as a startup founder who was trying to expand it to Nigeria, and we used that document to generate steps to get the startup up to ground using the laws obtainable, which is the Nigerian Startup Act. Um, Amazon Party Rock is free to use, a freeware that you can use to really test your ideas before having to get on our Amazon Bedrock. And you do not even have to be on the Amazon ecosystem to use that. You can use that to know what's possible on Amazon. And then we went to the Amazon Bedrock intro, where we learned how to set up foundational models and bring them together under one umbrella, which is the Amazon Bedrock. As I said earlier, Amazon Bedrock is just a platform. It's not a model in itself. It's a platform that helps you bring together several models and connect them to other tools you already have, either within the Amazon ecosystem or as a document that you use to your as your knowledge base to get stuff up to speed. All right, looks like Victor is ready to go ahead with us. Victor, are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, apologies once again. Just getting my screen. Uh, okay, so let's move on. So now we're trying to deploy the second Lambda function, right? So let me just copy the code. So I've already done that uh, to be able to create the second Lambda function, the one that will allow us to create invoke the model to be able to invoke the model for the image, right? The image generation model. I'll copy the code that will help me. I'll be able to create that, right, using cloud formation under the hood, right? So what this function is doing is basically uh, calling the image generation model behind the scene, right? So behind the scene is calling the image generation model on Amazon Bedrock. So let me fill um, the the code that it will run, right? The Lambda code that it will run to be able to do that. So this is the Lambda code, right? That will run in the Lambda function that will be created by the by this infrastructure as code to infrastructure as code framework, right? The serverless application model framework, right? So the function will basically uh, invoke the image generation model from Bedrock, right? And what image is it going to invoke? It's the Amazon Titan image generator, right? So that's the model we're going to use to generate the images, right? So having done that, we can cd again into our project, can cd into our project and into our Bedrock projects, and then run the code, SAML deploy. So let's run that code again, SAML deploy, so that it will then, create the second function. Say yes. In a few minutes, the function should be created. Um, so let's go to functions. So you can see invoke text model, right? This is the second function that was created, right? So this function is going to be call the API for image generation on Amazon Bedrock, right? It gives us a, a URL link which we can use to uh, paste on the browser, right? So on the browser, I will just open the browser and I'll paste in the link. So in this case, this is just the demo, right? I'll be able to, put in my prompts in the browser. But if it's a real world application, you will have a user interface where you can prompt the model right from the user interface, and then it will generate a response to you. But in this case, in this demo, we're just going to be adding our prompt on the browser, right? So this is the function URL, and then this is the prompt I'm going to add, right? So let's say I wanted to generate an image of three little puppies, right? I wanted to generate an image of three little puppies. So that's the prompt I have uh, I have given to the function, right, or to the model. So it's generates the image, right? So I have an image of three, little puppies. I can go ahead to get more and go ahead to get more prompts, right? I can maybe if you can help me, give me some prompts you want me to put in. Uh, let's say I want to generate a prompt of what prompt can I give now? A countryside. So whatever prompts I want, I can just type it in and it will be able to generate an image for that, right? You can see the image of a countryside, just uh, that has been generated. Now I want you to notice something. There's something I want to do, right? Let's say I want you to generate an image of a police. If I say generate an image of police, it's, let's see, you can see it did not generate anything, right? It says internal server error. But if I say policeman, if I say generate image of policeman, um, let's see that. Yes, it brings up the image of a policeman. If I say policewoman, if I say, I'm just trying to show you something. Last week we talked about guardrails, right? So guardrails are there for you to, dictate to the model the things it should do and the things it should not do, right? So you can use guardrails to guard against bias, right? So that there will not be bias in your model. For example, in this model for image generation from Amazon, right? It is not biased towards men or women, right? So when I put in you know a noun, right, that does not indicate whether I'm specifying a man or a woman, right? It did not give me uh, any response, right? Because it did not know which one to present to me. But by the time I specified, I said, okay, give me the image for policeman or policewoman. It then responded. So that's a way a practical application of guardrails, right? I'm seeing a question. Why did you? I don't know if they want to take that. Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. That is what I just explained. I just explained that just now, right? It's the model is trying to avoid bias, right? So, while training the model, there are some guardrails that have been set, right? Including the ones that has to do with bias. So it is not biased towards men or women. So that is why it did not give us any response. If I say policeman, it gives an image of a policeman. But when I just say when I just say police, when I put the prompt as police, you will see that it will not give us any. So that's a practical application of guardrails, right? You'll be able to, for you to be able to guard your model against, you know, um, being biased or producing obscene content, all this kind of thing. You can set guardrails to do that. Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying the police image once again. I'm not sure it's going to give me. Yeah, you can see that it says internal server error, right? But whatever other prompts I have, I can be able to put in there. I can also say a flying dog. Let me just put in that prompt. A flying. I want a prompt of a flying dog, right? Let's see what it gives me or what it gives us. And if you have any prompts that you like us to try, you can put it in the chat. Let's play around with that, right? So, it has generated the image of a flying dog. So basically, what's happening is that, right? Let's just recap. We have two models, right? And two functions, sorry. We have two functions, right? One is the text generation evoke text model function, and the other is the invoke image model function. Uh, so these functions basically are calling the Amazon Bedrock models behind the scene, right? So in for the text uh, generation function, but it basically invokes the Amazon Titan text generation model to do what? To uh, to output text, right? To give output or feedback or answers of users' prompts in the form of text, while the image, invoke image model is basically going to give the output of users' prompt, right, as image, right? And the image model it's calling behind the scene is the Amazon Titan image generator. Okay, so I see a question here. Says bias only exists if one assumes police are not an information. Okay, yeah. So what we're just saying basically is that um, the model, right, it's trying not to be biased towards, I didn't specify a particular gender, so it's not a kind of uh, not and giving me an answer because I did not. It doesn't know which of the gender it should present to me, right? So that's another thing about what we call hallucination, right? So hallucination where the model it does not kind of have an answer to your prompts, right? To your prompt. So rather than it not giving you uh, an answer, it gives you answers that are out of point, that are not relevant to your question, right? So that is hallucination. But for you to avoid hallucination, you do what? Supplement the model with a knowledge base, right? You point it to a website or to a data source where it can then augment its knowledge with the latest knowledge of uh, the prompt you're asking or giving it, and then it will then be able to give a proper response or answer. So that will be all from me. I think we have been able to conclude. So those are just the two. You can go ahead, if you're able to, if you are using Amazon Bedrock Playground, you can be able to go ahead to, you know, try out various images, create various images using the, you go to the playground, you can create various images, right? So uh, yeah, so that will be all from me. Thank you for listening.
All right. Thank you so much, Victor, for helping us with image generation on Amazon Bedrock. I see a lot of questions about bias and the police logo. Please pardon the model. I understand that's the version one of the Bedrock model, and there are several other more advanced models that will generate a bit more insightful applications. The purpose of this workshop is just to show you what's possible. As a matter of fact, I tried that model just before going on the workshop live, and I saw some very funny pictures, right, that I would not like you to see. But as I said earlier, the purpose of this workshop is just to show you what's possible. With better models, you have better images. With better prompts, you also have better images. We are not the best of prompt engineers. We're just here to show you what's possible and how you can build more insightful applications from that. And as a matter of fact, if you add your own knowledge base, that's going to help you get more precision in terms of your output. So imagine Amazon Bedrock now has access to your S3 or your databases or every stuff you have in your storage that describes how you do stuff at your own company, how you build solutions. That's going to add more intuition to what you are trying to put out. So with better models and better foundation, which is like your knowledge base, you get better outputs in terms of images. So pardon our model, pardon us. All right. So do we have any other questions, by the way? If we have any other questions, we're happy to take them for the next 5 minutes as we wind down the stream. If you are joining at the end, you are not too late. This is the August Gen AI Fridays. It's the third of our 5 Friday sessions where we dive right into the world of generative AI on Amazon. We took the first one using AWS Bedrock. The second one was Amazon Bedrock as an intro. And this third one is on image generation and Amazon Bedrock. If you have missed any of this, you might want to register through the link in the descriptions of this event or through bit.ly/Gen AI dash hackathon. Okay, or if you are on YouTube, it's right in the description box. If you're on LinkedIn, it's going to be on our LinkedIn page. So you might want to follow us on LinkedIn to just know when next we're rolling out these sessions and register beforehand. Also, the GenAI playlist already has all our recordings. So if you have missed anyone, you can go there and consume. More of our events will be coming up, and we're going to let you know through the same registration link. That's why we want you to register to have access to a lot of our perks and stuff that we have in store for you in the GenAI Fridays. All right. So apart from the bias questions, do we have any other questions, please? It does not look like we do have any other. But by the way, I saw a comment that said that how about a prompt of Nigeria winning Olympics? But while I'm talking, I don't know if Victor can quickly help us print that out. Nigeria winning Olympics. What does that bring out for us? I'll just give you a moment while you try that and give us the output. Let's see if your visualization can actually come to reality. I think it's possible. If you think it's possible, please join me in the comment section. Let's bring our faith to life first by AI, then bring it into reality. Right. So one of the advantages of AI, of course, it's that it can bring your imagination into reality without spending too much cash. I mean, we do not have to spend so much to go to market on Nigeria winning the Olympics. Victor, are you ready? Do you have the prompts ready? Have you tried to put it in?
Nigeria. Nigeria winning the Olympics. So let me put in that prompt and see what it gives us. Nigerian winning the Olympics. So let's see what the model gives us. It's coming up. Great.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. So our imagination has come to life, and we can see Nigeria winning the Olympics. Do we have any other question or any other prompts as we wind down? I'm going to give some 3 minutes for that, and if in 3 minutes, if we do not have anything, we can call the stream off. All right, so we've had an exciting time on the August Gen AI Fridays. This session was on image generation, and we've gone round and round to end up with Nigeria winning the Olympics. What an interesting way to end the Gen AI Friday session on image generation. If you'd like to circle back to us or learn about share with us what you are building and how you might need our help as a cloud infrastructure and technology infrastructure consulting company, we'll be happy to have a chat with you. You can first, you can check out our website on cloudplexo.com. If you're a startup, we have a special session for you, which is cloudplexo.com/startups. If you are a company, we also have something else for you. Just reach out to us via contact@cloudplexo.com. We'll be happy to learn about what you're building and how we can help you. We have a lot in stock for you, whatever you are building. We have use cases also on our website and case studies that also help you understand how what you're building might have been what we've done before. You might want to go to our website to check that out. All right, I see that we do not seem to have any other questions, and I think it's a good place to end our stream. We ended it on a very interesting note, which is Nigeria winning the Olympics. And with that, I say that as Nigeria wins the Olympics, we can wind up the stream. Thank you very much for having us on this session of the Gen AI Fridays. We'll meet next week, same time, which is 4 p.m. West African time, GMT +1. We'll be happy to learn with you how to leverage Gen AI on Amazon Bedrock ecosystem. Thank you so much. Have a good Friday. Cheers.